So in this video, I'm going to talk about how to get sales experience. You see a lot of people when they try to get into high ticket sales, there's a couple of things they struggle with. One being, what do I say on the interview when it comes to my experience? Now, obviously, if you've done sales in other industries, if you've obviously been an appointment setter or a closer on other offers, this answer can be pretty simple to respond to. This question can be simple to respond to. But I run into a lot of people, and I've worked with hundreds of people that are coming from industries that have nothing to do with sales. They've never sold a thing in their life. And what they're trying to do is land their first high ticket sales position. And they struggle with answering the question, what do I do when I have to talk about my experience? Now, in Closer College, if you click below, I do have a full training video on how to pass interviews, how to answer all of the questions you get, how to show up well. But in this video, we're going to talk about how you can actually not just answer the question and put together something cool last minute that's going to sound good enough for them to bring you into the offer, but we're going to talk about how you can actually go out and gain practical, real experience so you can build your way up to those dream offers where you're making 15, 20, 30K, 40K plus per month. Now, first things first, let's get out the way. A lot of people, they think they're going to have no experience, have, low skill set, jump into this industry, and their very first offer they pick up is going to be an offer where they can make 10, 20K a month. Now, one thing that you want to take into account is, I'm not saying you can't land those offers that are really good, have great lead flow, great leadership, all of those things. But the problem is, if you don't have the skill set, even if you do pass the interview, you're going to not be able to use that opportunity to its fullest and probably get kicked off the team. You're probably going to fail at the opportunity. So it's always best to go out and get some experience. It's always best to go out and put in some reps, get the practice down, do role plays. That way you can be good enough to actually, when you get those offers, perform well enough to stay on the team and make the commissions that you want to make. And that's why in my community, if you click below for free, I allow people to partner up, do role plays, and pretty much connect with each other too, so that they can start building the skill set and understand what it really is going to take to get into remote high ticket sales. So first thing we're going to talk about to actually be able to sell yourself on these interviews, to be able to gain some experience, is to find a training program or a community where you can just practice. I have lots of people that show up to the interview and the experience they note are training programs, are the amount of mock calls they've done, the amount of role plays they've worked on. And that is something that is interesting to a lot of business owners. I've had business owners for great opportunities, such as even, some of my clients have been hired at mastermind.com, which is Tony Robbins' company, just based off the fact that they were able to tell the business owner that they had done, well, not business owner, obviously they weren't talking to Tony Robbins, but the sales manager, that they had done hundreds of role plays, mock calls, and really refined aspects of their sales game. And that was something that was interesting to them. And it was something to say other than, hey, I was working at Walmart before this, I don't have any sales experience, but I'd love to give it a shot. They actually showed effort, that they went through training programs, they've learned XYZ in the program, and they've done XYZ role plays to actually refine those skills so that they're ready to spit it off. And sometimes you can let them know to give you a shot, let you demonstrate your skill set so you can impress them. Lots of these places are going to want to do role play on the second or third interview, and that's a great opportunity to show what you're made of. Another thing you can do is look for a solopreneur to work with. Now, there's obviously huge companies doing millions per month, hundreds of millions a year that you could reach out to. There's going to have a lot of systems in place, lots of lead flow, stuff like that, but they're not necessarily the best offers depending on what you're looking for. A lot of times, some of the best offers I've ever worked on where it was just the business owner doing like 100, 200K a month, just selling the thing themselves. They maybe had one coach on the team, one setter on the team, had a good advertising system in place, and the business owner was just selling everything themselves. And I just stepped in as the only closer on the offer. And you're able to make 10, 15, 20K a month on those offers just because you're the only guy there. All the calls go to you, and it's a really intimate environment, and it's a lot easier to land those roles because you're solving a real bottleneck for the person that's in the most pain. The person that's in the most pain is the business owner who's just bogged down by taking 6-7 calls every single day. They don't have time to actually work on the business because they're so busy working in the business. So you can alleviate a lot of this time, be that solution provider, and have that service provider relationship rather than employee boss relationship. And those opportunities are really, really fun. They're really, really freeing. And I know some sales professionals, like they have a strict rule that they don't work with companies that have sales managers for that reason. They work only with solopreneurs that are just looking to generate calls and have one guy step in and take them on their behalf. So that's a really good option to look for if you are brand new, just getting started, is maybe a smaller company, maybe a solopreneur who's got some good lead flows, some good calls being booked in. And even if they don't have a bunch, the second thing that I would talk about, or the third thing that I would talk about, is the part-time aspect. So if you can find a company, or usually they're going to be a solopreneur that has no choice but to take someone in part-time, the problem with them is they struggle to get really, really good closers in their company because they don't have 5 and 6 calls that are being booked out per day. They might have 2, they might have 1, and it might be a really, really good opportunity for someone who doesn't have a lot of experience to step in and get that experience, because they're not able to hold down someone that may have way more experience, that's looking for an offer that's a little bit more established, that can take up more of their time. They struggle to find people. So what you can do is jump in on that offer, work it part-time. I know some people, they'll work multiple of those to make up their full-time day and really start to gain experience in a track record and numbers that they can look back to: 30% close rate, 40% close rate, XYZ amount of cash collected. That way they can take that experience to the next offer that's going to be their dream offer. Sometimes it'll take 2 or 3 offers before you land the one that you really want to go all in with. And some people, they really just like the split game. They like to work with multiple offers at all times. I know lots of people that do that, do really, really well, make 10, 15K plus a month and really enjoy it. So there's so many options in this industry, and gaining experience is not hard at all if you're willing to not have the best offer in the world first and foremost, because all it is about is gaining enough track record so that you become highly sought after. If you can gain the track record, if you can network and get your name out there and have the skills that's going to make you sought after and just an undeniably talented closer or appointment setter, getting those dream offers, getting those great, like just high quality opportunities are going to be really, really easy. Another thing that you could do, and the last thing I'll mention in this video, is just stepping in and seeing if a company has old leads that they haven't been making use of for a while, that you can come in and set and sell for them on their behalf for a set of commissions. So for example, the sales team that I manage right now, we've got about 10,000 leads in the CRM, more than that, but 10,000 over the last couple months or so. And, you know, the appointment setters on the team are only really dialing the ones that are about a week to a month old. Now, they do dial some of the older ones, but the leads that are like 5, 6 months, a year old aren't really being touched at all. And if someone were to come in and just say, hey, listen, you know, give me only the leads that are 5, 6 months old, the leads that haven't been dialed at all and aren't being touched, give me those. Tell me the offer, tell me the price point. I will set those appointments for myself and I will close them on your behalf, just for the experience. And, or, hey, if I do a good job, then hire me on and give me fresh leads. So many business owners would be ready to take you up on that offer, and it's a win-win for them. There's no way they can lose in that equation, other than the fact that maybe you like ruin their reputation or something. So as long as you could show them that you're ethical, real human being that's not going to say anything crazy, they'd be willing to take you up on that offer. And there's a lot of companies that actually that's what they provide. They step in and they take care of all of the old leads and generate profits for the company as well. So it is a viable thing to do solo if there's people starting whole companies doing that strategy. So in this space, honestly, So many opportunities to build up some experience, build your skill set, start getting a track record built for yourself so that you can bring it and have something to show on these interviews for these better offers. And it starts with being willing to spend some time on the offers that aren't the best, aren't perfect, don't have everything in place, aren't like the dream offers where people are crushing 30K a month plus. Be willing to start there. You will do so much better. You don't have to leave your job if you're working full time. You could do this on the side for those offers at first. Build the skill set, build a track record before you make the full leap. It's all about transitioning into this industry with responsibility. If you're doing it for the first time, we want to do it responsibly. That being said, I'll leave it there. If you want to find some offers, start getting some experience, start doing some mock calls with a community of closers and appointment setters, you can click below. You can join Closer College, jump in, and you'll have tons of people to start helping you out on this journey, as well as videos from myself breaking down the process. I'll see you guys in the next video. Hope you enjoyed this one. Have a good one.